Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir. I'll be vlogging with you and giving my opinion on relationship advice and self-help advice. The reason for this and for my channel is because a lot of times I watch a lot of YouTube channels and they just ramble and they don't get to the point about a lot of the topics that they want to discuss, in which, you know, I'm offering my advice service free of charge. I'm not, having it go for some kind of premium plan or a different website where you can pay for extra services. I just want to give you my advice, straightforward, straight up, coming from my mouth, my opinion about things that I've experienced and how you can handle certain situations. And maybe you can relate. Maybe my advice relates to you. Maybe it doesn't. Hopefully it does. But if it does, make sure you like it, share, and subscribe to the video so I can get my subscriber count up, because, I like to get that money from AdSense. But anyway, so going into the topic I'd like to discuss today is she's not into you. A lot of times, a lot of my guy friends, they always come up to me, they have questions about a female or relationship advice, and they're always talking about the things that they've done to try and impress a girl or try to talk to a girl, and they don't know if she likes them or not. Women are very tricky creatures, and so they're not like guys where they like to lead people on, but a lot of times their actions can be somewhat misleading because guys don't interpret female actions the same way as we think. Like a female might do something nice, and then all of a sudden a guy, in his brain, he's thinking, oh, she's in love with me, or she wants to take me out, or she wants to have sex with me, or whatever. Females aren't like that. Guys are they think like that. When a female does a nice gesture, a lot of times, most of the time, they think it's just that. It's just a nice gesture. So anyway, there's a lot of things that you can do as a man. There's a lot of things you can do as a man to find out if the woman is generally interested in you. A lot of times, the most easiest and clear thing you can do is to go up there and to just be straight up and ask her. And a lot of times females, they're going to be straight up with you, and then they'll appreciate your confidence. They'll appreciate you being straightforward. If you approach a female that you like or that you're talking to or you're friends with, or even if you're in the friend zone with her and you say, hey, straight up, do you like me? Or, hey, I like you, I want to take you out, or I want to get to know you a little bit better. That's the easiest and sometimes the most complicated thing that you can do. A lot of times guys were afraid to do stuff like that because we have self-esteem issues or lack self-confidence, but generally that's the easiest thing to do. And the worst thing you could do is sit there and wait, because women aren't built like that. To sit there and wait for a woman to approach you and let her feelings out, to let you know how she feels about you. A lot of times women aren't going to do that until their back is against the wall, or you're already in a relationship, or you're dating with them and they feel like they're losing you. But if you're not even involved with the woman and she's, somebody that you're admiring, there's no way in hell she's going to approach you and tell you that she has feelings for you, or that, it's very rare. It happens sometimes, but it's like a unicorn. It's very rare. But she's not going to approach you and say, hey, I've noticed you for a long time and I just want to date you or get to know you a little bit better. Like, that's the man's job. And a lot of times women are expecting the man to do that. So my advice on that is grow some balls. Just approach her, ask her. If you get rejected, so what? Get over it. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. A lot of self-help coaches, dating guys, they'll always tell you the same thing. Practice makes perfect. The only way you're going to get better at doing stuff like that is just going out there and doing it. The next thing you can do is, if you've already gotten past the point of exchanging phone numbers and everything, you guys are probably talking on a regular basis. Maybe you've already dated her. If you guys are already dating, you're still not sure if she's really into you like you're into her. Is her communication, her level of communication. A lot of times, women love to communicate. That's just, the majority of women love to communicate. And if you're in a relationship or she's in love with you, then she loves to communicate with you even more. And so point being that your level of communication should match her level of communication, or her level should match yours or exceed it. If it doesn't exceed it, or is not even matching it, then she's probably not into you. Mainly because a lot of times guys would be like, oh man, I text this girl and she didn't text me back, or she didn't text me back on time. One of the number one complaints females make when talking about issues they have with a guy is that he doesn't text back on time. That just lets you know that communicating on time and texting back, returning phone calls, that's very, very important to most females. And if she's not doing that for you, then that means she's really not that interested in you, or she's entertaining somebody else, because I mean, there were times where I had texted girls and to find out, what's up with a date on a specific day, or, hey, just how's your day going? And you don't get a reply back until the next day. There were times where I've asked girls out through text message and they didn't even, well, that was a mistake, number one, but we'll get into that later. But they didn't even reply back until a couple days later. And then they try, oh, I forgot, or, I didn't see the message, or my phone's been acting funny, or my phone was off, or some kind of lame excuse, And a lot of times guys accept that. I mean, at the time I did, because I was young and stupid. Basically, that's like plain and simple right there. You know what I'm saying? If she doesn't text back on time, of course, if you ask her out, I learned this a long time ago. If you ask a girl out and she rejects you, but she doesn't counter offer is very important. She doesn't counter offer with another day, then she's probably not interested in going out with you. And not everybody can work on your time, but if somebody is interested in you, because I know if a girl asks you out and you couldn't do it, you say, hey, I can't do it Monday, but I'm free Friday, or I'm free next week, or I'm free. It doesn't even matter as long as you get a counter offer, even if it's for next year. If you ask a girl out and she says, oh, I can't do it, I got babysitting, or I got study group, or whatever, schoolwork, and she just leaves it at that, don't even follow up on it, because there's no point. Because obviously she doesn't want to go out with you, but then she probably doesn't want to tell you that she doesn't want to go out with you. From my experience, girls that have liked me or wanted to be with me or were highly interested or whatever, every time I asked them out and they couldn't do it because something important was in the way, they either cleared their schedule, or they said, I have this coming up, but I can do it on this day, or maybe we can get drinks next week, or maybe we can rearrange something else, some kind of counter offer. It doesn't even matter, like as long as there is a counter offer, but with no counter offer, nah. Just from my experience, from the women that I've dated, usually the ones who don't counter anything and they completely leave it up to you, they're not really interested. Next to that, I would say, if you're with a girl and she introduces you to her friends or her family, that lets you know that she is interested in you. If you don't know anybody in her circle, she doesn't talk about you to any of her friends, she's probably not interested in you, because she probably knows in the back of her mind that she's going to get rid of you pretty soon. And of course, just be smart. Pick up, use your brain. A lot of times you see a girl and she might give you some kind of attention and you get drunk and high off of the attention and you completely miss all the red flag. But my thing is that just be smart about the situation. Know your intentions, know what you're going after. If you're not really that serious into the girl, you don't have to put that much work into it. It doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if she is somebody that you're seriously interested in pursuing, go ahead and put forth the effort to try and pursue her, but also look for the red flags. And if those red flags come up, such as not communicating on time, not countering offers with your dates, what I'm saying, or just not being interested, not showing that emotional or interest level or commitment to wanting to participate in the dating experience with you, just chalk it up and find somebody new, because that's the worst thing people do, is spend so much time on one person that you miss out on a whole bunch of opportunities, because you're so focused on this girl that you don't even notice the other girls that are interested in you, and you just miss out. I think the best thing you could do to put you in the best dating situation is explore your options. Make sure you have options and opportunities, because when you have options, it creates a whole different level and aura of confidence. And that's what we're going to talk about in our next video. So anyway, so I hope you guys like this first video. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next episode. I'll see you later. Peace.